welcome back. So for today's video, I want to talk about the first collection because I don't think I have like a full video talking about it. I think it's finally time to talk about it. So for the general theme, the Frame of Mind collection wasn't supposed to be a collection at first. I originally meant to just release the compliance jacket on its own, but I ended up wanting to have a full set. So I started designing with a full outfit in mind. The main ideas I wanted to incorporate were going to set the overall tone for the brand. I knew I wanted it to be dark, use found footage visuals, and say something about mental health. At the time, I already knew I wanted Ghostn to be a mental health advocate, but I wanted to use our own tone of voice. I wanted to make it like a dark positivity thing. Well, because it feels like there is a lot of toxic positivity, and a lot of the posts I'd see advocating for mental health, they didn't vary that much in tone. Like if you're just put it like on a meter, like this is like the darker side where I would want stuff to be like a little bit more realistic, but still ultimately positive. And then here you have like the super positive side of things, where things are presented in a very bright way and it feels bright. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, I just kind of prefer this side of things. Yeah, there's a lot of this side and not enough on this side, so I kind of wanted to contribute to this side. But I think these days calling it ominous positivity works a lot better. So why is the collection called Frame of Mind? It's called Frame of Mind because each design is supposed to represent different states of mind to deal with adversity. The compliance jacket represents acceptance, the die trying sweater represents perseverance, and the fast forward cargos represent pushing through or advancing. It's also a play of words because Frame of Mind stands for the mental aspect of things, but also the found footage visuals we borrow from. I kept the main colors black and white just because I knew that's something I'd be wearing often, but I did want to add a bit of color to it. And I'm a big fan of accent colors like yellow, electric yellow, you know, bright orange, neon green, stuff like that. I think it's just a really nice contrast with like neutral colors. The die trying sweater and the compliance jacket do have a bit of a extra glitchy color palette, but they're still just accents. Overall, it's still black or white. Yeah, I just thought adding yellow would make it stand out a bit. Like it further visually links the designs, so that's another benefit. So the first things I shared on the page were our stickers. The stickers are meant to be small pieces of the collection that gives people an easy way to access the brand. We'll start with the skull halo. If I remember right, because these were kind of just like freestyle designs to throw in with the collection, it's meant to be 3 different layers for each layer of the head, and then they're kind of just like superimposed on each other, showing like bits of this layer here, bits of layer like this layer there. The nerves, the brain, and the bone. The bone obviously being the most prominent with the skull. And next is the VHS tape sticker. So I thought about making this one when I remembered about the idea of using tape labels to communicate. It was mixing horror and mental health by saying, "Do not play me." So it's kind of like an ominous cursed tape, but it's also a reminder to set boundaries. Coming from a people pleaser, this is really important to stay sane. The fast forward sticker is inspired by the FBI warnings I'd see a lot on the VHS tapes we would rent when I was a kid. But instead of a warning, it's an encouragement. It just repeatedly says, don't overthink, move forward. In hindsight, I should have ordered these on a black paper backing instead of white, because the only opaque part is the words, and the words are all white. So oftentimes I have to bring a visual with me or explain that it's not just a blank piece of paper, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people would look at it and be confused when I have them at pop-ups and be like, what's that one? So I ended up having to bring like a sticker board with me showing how the stickers look when they're used. That really helped sell for the fast forward sticker and the skull halo, because they're both transparent, but at least with the skull halo you can kind of see the artwork already without taking it off. The most popular one was the CRT sticker, probably because it was holographic and it just looks really cool. I wanted to make it so I can put it on my stuff, but I forgot what came first, the CRT sticker or the CRTeaser, where I put the Ghostn logo on an old CRT. Fun fact, by the way, we thrifted that TV and it worked for like a week or so, and like it would actually turn on and play, but then like after a week something died inside. Relatable. Like the screen wouldn't turn on, but like it would still take in power, so I was kind of sad about that. But at least it worked for like the recordings I needed of it. The thought of giving up is always around the corner, and it's harder to ignore on bad days. But out of the few things in life that you can control, whether you give up or not is one of them. It's phrased in an edgier way than that, but the theme of this sweater is basically asking, would you rather try dying or die trying? I was excited about using the idea of the movie rating motif for the screen print on the sleeve here, I used it for the logo type, and I also made a visual for the saying mind over matter. And the back screen print is the saying of the shirt, but with some chromatic abrasion. The text is formatted in a circle because it's always a cycle of the same battle over and over. It's just the frequency of how often you go through that mental battle is the only thing that changes, because you can go years without thinking about that stuff, but it always comes around eventually, and you just gotta keep trying. It was a bit harder to sell this in Guam because unless you're in the AC all day, it was a bit too warm for the sweater. I might be biased, but I was able to wear the sweater comfortably on most days. It kind of makes sense because I'm a bit of an aircon baby, but everyone's different. It's ribbed on the sleeves so that you can kind of comfortably push it up and it doesn't fall back down. It's also ribbed on the bottom of the shirt, so it gives it like this nice little puffy silhouette, but it's not too puffy, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of stops on the waist, and then it lets the rest of it kind of flow a bit, which really kind of complements the body if you're fit, but I think it works with a fit body type or like a normal body type as well. But honestly, I think anyone can pull it off. The cotton polyester blend is comfy and it's not too heavy, and it's one of my favorite sweaters to wear during the fall season. Don't let others waste your time and move forward. That's what the graphics on the pants are saying. I figured the best place to put the theme of moving forward would be on the legs, because moving forward is always about taking the next step. The cargos are cuffed so that there won't be a breeze going up your leg, or like you won't get any water splash going up your leg from underneath. And that's speaking from experience, because it really helped a lot when I was still in Guam, since Guam only had hot and rainy. And it works pretty well here in Denver too, except for when it's extreme cold. So I wanted something to stand out about these, and that's where the Velcro comes in. So it lets you change the silhouette of the hamstring by making it like tighter or looser. It goes from a tighter silhouette to like a straight cut almost. But I think it's dope as hell too, because it reminds me of the shoes I used to have when I was a kid. Numb your mind for tough times. That's the slogan I was using on the product page for this jacket. I was thinking of a bleak capitalistic cycle of just working, consuming, and repeating when I was making this jacket. Specifically, I was thinking of how you have to put up with shitty situations, like a shitty job, just because you have to. A lot of people don't want to be working where they're working. They just need to pay their bills. That's essentially what it boils down to. It's like keeping your day job until your dream job takes off. It's temporary. Compliance means the state of being in accordance with established guidelines or specifications. And to simplify that, it's conforming, which is kind of ironic because one of the core messages of the brand is to just be your authentic self. It's also extra ironic because the jacket stands out with the utility, the accent colors, and the silhouette. I put extra pockets on for storage, and I put one on the inside of the jacket that could fit my Nintendo Switch or even like a large flask. I'm not trying to self-report, but this is a really good jacket to go to the movies with, if you get what I'm connecting the two here with. I made a short on YouTube a while back talking about Rainbow Six Siege when I was like really into it. And during that time, this jacket was originally supposed to be a hoodie, but playing that game made me change it to what it is today. I mean, I think the concept for the hoodie is still sick, and I'm just gonna reuse it at some point. But I kept seeing this one character in every game we played, and it's probably because she was meta. Her name was Ibana. She had this really cool jacket with yellow belts on it, and I just took what I liked from it to make it my own. I was saving the best for last, and I'm super hype about the other designs too. It's just, without this, there would not be a collection. Without the compliance jacket, there would be no die-trying sweater, there'd be no fast forward cargos, and the stickers would not exist. Oh, and one of my favorite things about these is this is where the idea started with the patches. Another small way to get a piece of the brand, because you can put these on like anything that takes Velcro. It's a neat and sustainable way to be able to customize clothes you have from us and any other clothes that have Velcro or accessories. So it's kind of like a fresh design without too much waste by going out and getting something entirely new. So one of the main reasons I wanted to make a clothing brand was also so I could make all the media. I had a lot of fun going all out on the graphics, the visuals, and the posts. I remember being really excited about making new concepts and videos. It was super cool to do mini world building for my brand. I feel like it was a way for me to finally check off some ideas I had been piling up into cohesive visuals.
Incorrect. I don't want
The button's gone.
You just like that button up me.
The button's gone, dude. Did you guys actually slap it?
Like, despite being hard work, it was always fun doing the more complex projects like the FOM release videos and the brand video. It was just really creatively fulfilling because I got to do a bit of everything I love in those pieces. I got to write, I got to shoot, I got to edit, I got to direct, I got to produce. I think my favorite part of that process was thinking of a cool idea and then figuring out how to make it work. I call it creative math because you have the base idea, which is the raw, unrestricted version you would make if you had unlimited resources. Then you factor in your limitations, like what you have available to you, and you subtract that from your original idea. After that, you get an idea of what you can realistically pull off and try to exceed it. I've been really out of it 2023 and my confidence was kind of all over the place, but I'm feeling like I'm getting back to where I was at when I was making the first collection. And I'm actually excited to put use like all the new things I've learned for clothing and I want to say video, but I learned more than just things for video, so I guess visuals. I'm really excited to put that to use in the newer projects coming up, and I can't wait to make more elaborate visuals for some cool new designs. So before I end the video, I just want to say thanks to everyone that helped Ghostn out in any way. The memories I had interacting with you guys and working together on photos, videos, or events are some of the fondest memories I have.
That is correct.
So if you guys want to know anything else about the collection, just leave a comment, let me know. And I really hate asking, but if you guys want to support me, you know, just like, subscribe. I really hate asking that, but I know people sometimes listen when you do that, so thanks.
It's hard to hold. It was hard. That was me.